Hey, so, technical difficulties. I did not save, and so none of the progress was actually there, and I had to redo it. So I just decided to start back up here, instead of you guys watching my original part of me just gruelingly going through a little slowly, and being really bored, and looking for a point to stop the video. So, next video. Yay, awesome. Chapter 2. Second First Breath. Interesting title.
Yes, I do enjoy fine art. Thank you for noticing. There's a certain raw beauty to it that modern painters often fail to recreate.
He sounds creepy. He's one of the leeches, isn't he?
Myself, but
Or,
it'll be a long time before I can call myself that. I often say that patients are my canvas.
Parasites, that's what I was
But
looking
my
for.
job is more about restoration, obviously. I look at the damaged human minds and bring them back to their former beauty.
I'm skeptical.
Sorry, I'm probably boring you.
Yep.
No, it's not that.
Yeah, it is.
It's just... It's been a difficult couple of days. I'd really like to go home.
Of course, and go home you will. As soon as we've done this little assessment, okay?
Oh, goody.
You probably know how it works. I've read in your file you used to be a nurse.
Hey, sister.
I know very well how it works.
I'm figuring out how it works. I'm taking psych this term.
To check if I'm nuts.
Well, I wouldn't use that expression, obviously. But yes, we have to make sure you're safe and figure out how to help you.
Help you should be in
Also, as a
quotes.
nurse yourself, you know there's always paperwork involved.
In
These
everything.
forms won't fill themselves. Honestly, Susan, you have nothing to worry about.
Don't listen, Susan. He's lying.
It's just a formality. I could tell straight away that you are not nuts.
Fine. What would you like to know? I will answer all your questions. Then I'll go home, take a long shower, and catch up on sleep.
Wonderful. Let's see then.
Where to begin? There we go. Now it's a little disorienting, but I'm thinking that this is a flashback from that moment.
She's awake, Doctor.
Good evening.
Good evening. The
It's good to
doctor
see
doesn't
you,
look like a
Nicholas.
doctor. I don't think I've ever seen a doctor wear green scrubs.
You're in the Cedar Lake Hospital.
By then, what do I
My name is
know?
Andrew. I'm one of the doctors. Would you confirm your name for me, please?
I am Susan Ashworth.
Susan Ashworth.
Hello, Mrs. Ashworth.
And she's
Well,
speaking
I'm glad to see you're all right.
very well with the mask on her face.
Your condition is stable. I can see your brain functions just fine, and there's no permanent damage of any sort. We've
Goody.
checked your internal organs, and they're fine too. You're a very lucky lady, Susan.
I'm very
You might
lucky.
experience extreme tiredness and lethargy for a couple of days, but that should soon pass. I would advise plenty of rest now. The nurses on this ward will take it from here. Please let them know if you need anything.
Okie
Take
dokie.
care, Mrs. Ashworth. Please,
I
don't try to speak.
Cannot move.
What did you say? Don't worry, Mrs. Ashworth. Your arm is fine. No. There was nothing wrong with your arm, darling. Now calm down.
Not sure why they didn't have her saying anything for that
Would
segment.
you like me to get you some water?
Yes, please. Water would be nice.
I'll be back in a second.
Something's wrong with her legs. Just noticed that. There we go. Shifting in and out of focus. I think I'm slipping back and forth between present and past and future or something. As far as, like, the narrative is going. Obviously, my characters... Can I move around now? Oh, no, I can't. But now her butt's facing us, so awesome. At the giant,
I'm sorry,
obnoxious light.
Susan. Did I wake you?
Yes, you
Check your
did.
Blood pressure. 2 seconds and I'm gone.
Doesn't take 2 seconds. I know from experience.
My name is Liz, by the way.
Hi, Liz.
I'm sorry. I know this isn't very nice. Believe me, I hate waking people up just for this. But being a nuisance is part of my stupid job, unfortunately. Oof, I hate this place.
Why are you here, Liz?
Tell you what, Susan. Can I call you Susan? So anyway, I shouldn't say it, but you know I'm going to anyway. You are so lucky. It's crazy. You doing what you've done, and her walking in, seeing what she saw.
Yeah,
That was
her
a chance.
and that thing and
One
the dun.
in a million. I'm not making any sense again, am I? I'm tired. They're working us to death here, you know. Modern day slavery. One day I'll tell them what I really think.
I think she's an aide.
I swear I will.
And yeah, they are worked pretty rough.
And here it is. You've got the blood pressure of an 18-year-old.
124/70. That's
Just
good.
wanted to say you're lucky, I think. And that I hope you've changed your mind about some things.
Hint, hint.
To go, but I'll see you later. You take care, sweetheart, yeah?
I'm not sure why, but it just clicked that this is a British game. Literally everyone here has a British accent. It's because they're all literally British. So I'm not sure why that took so long for my stupid American head to get my mind around, but okay. Can I move? I cannot. Oh. I remember that happening, and it still startled me. It's a scary light. That melts me. Oh, their eyes fell out. Oh, gosh. I have a thing about eyes, guys. I hate anything to do with eyes. Speaking of which... Okay, good. Not that was... Oh.
Dream.
Yeah. A really bad one.
Yeah, a really bad one.
I knew it. I could see as soon as I came in the room that you were having a nightmare. I guess I shouldn't have woken you up. What was it about?
I was burnt alive. Okay, see, now I might point out at this point that before I said no worse than the normal ones, and she says what it's about, and I told her the entire experience I had before, after I had supposedly, after I'd overdosed on pills. Not supposedly, I actually did do that, so... It's interesting that I'm telling her only about my nightmare and not about the whole
I
thing.
was burnt alive.
Actually, it reminds me of something that happened the other day.
Really? Okay, can those notifications stop popping up?
And she really wanted to smoke, you know? But they wouldn't let her, of course. She wasn't well at all. Not just injured, but not right in the head. She was on 10 litres of oxygen.
Oh, wow, that's a lot.
Face mask. She had to stay in bed, she was told. But she wouldn't listen, of course. And as soon as they'd left, she lit up a fag. The whole room went up in flames, and so did she. I guess you didn't really want to know that, did you?
That was a rather
It's
interesting
just
story.
me and my big gob. Typical. I never know when to shut up.
That conversation happened so differently from the first time. I wonder if that was better. Because I actually like Liz.
What was your name again?
I forgot to introduce myself, didn't I?
No, you introduced yourself a while ago.
So sorry, Susan. My name is Elizabeth.
But you can call me Liz.
Liz, like everyone else.
You're here a lot. Every time I open my eyes, I see you.
They make auxiliaries do crazy hours here. Seriously, I feel like I've got no life sometimes.
Okay, is there a way to turn off Steam notifications?
To be honest, I keep
It's my
coming
brother.
here to hide. Please don't give me away. I just want to rest my legs for 2 minutes, that's all.
Oh, I have to ask that.
What happened to me?
Well, how much do you remember?
I took some pills, and I fell asleep in the chair. I remember how the room kept spinning around me slowly. I felt so calm, and then...
Oh. Well, maybe not.
all of a sudden...
I'll tell her the whole story.
I was on the field of bar.
I did it last time,
was
sorry.
great.
I went through some of this.
I felt happy. I was free. But it soon got worse. There was this tunnel. But there was no light at the end of it. Only darkness. Then I got lost in the woods. There was my dead body hanged on the tree. A burning car. And a crow. And a deer.
It's a very
I heard
fragmented way of
something
talking about
behind
it.
the trees, but I didn't dare to look. Then I found the house. The old woman who lived there, I think she was Death. Or maybe she was the devil. I'm not sure. She said they call her the Queen of Maggots. She said I should go back, gave me another chance. And so, here I am. Weird dream, eh?
Maybe it wasn't a dream. I really believe in that sort of stuff. It's not impossible.
It felt real, but it was just a dream.
She's so insistent that it was.
Can you now tell me who found me and what happened?
Well, your body went into a coma. You were lucky she came home and found you. I told you that before.
What?
Oops,
Who
my
found
bad.
me?
Your daughter, of course.
Oh, of
She
course.
called an ambulance. If it wasn't for her, you'd sure be dead now, Susan.
My daughter?
Yes. Why? Why'd you look so pale all of a sudden, Susan?
I don't have a daughter. Whoever she is, she lied.
But
It
why
was
did
the
she do
woman.
that?
How should I know? I was in a coma, apparently.
Don't be rude.
So she lied. It doesn't change the fact that you owe her your life.
I was fine. I didn't ask for any help. Sorry.
I think I have to ask
When
both
will you
questions,
let
but
me
I'll...
go home?
I'm not sure. Probably not today. Maybe tomorrow. Look, I shouldn't say that, but you seem like a nice person.
I am a nice
I feel
person,
like I
thank
should
you.
warn There's this doctor here. They call him Dr. X. He's a chief of psychiatry in this hospital. You won't be able to go home.
He's the guy that I think was at the very beginning of this
And
chapter.
He's really good at getting into your head. You know what I'm saying? He will ask you a lot of tricky questions. But he's a really great guy. You should trust him.
Should I now? Tell me more about this.
Dr. X.
His
Yeah.
name is Xavier Zellman. But
Xavier.
everyone just calls him Dr. X. He comes on the ward often, usually late in the afternoon or in the evening. I
Now.
personally really like him. But you hear all sorts of stories in a place
She's
like
gonna
this,
die.
you know.
I'm calling it.
I don't
She's
know
gonna
what
die.
to believe anymore. All I know is he's been very friendly and supportive. Some doctors won't even say hello to you. But Dr. X usually stops and asks how I am.
He's stalking her.
Because I have some problems. He can see I'm not happy here.
He's gonna
He
kill you.
actually offered me some free weekly sessions.
Don't do it.
Taken up on his offer.
What are they saying about him?
Oh yeah, they say he's a big flirt. Nurses, cleaners, patients. He doesn't care, as long as they're wearing a skirt.
Oh, well, she's not wearing a skirt.
One girl I knew, Linda. I heard they actually
Unless that's
said,
a saying?
"Stupid girl." Well, she left, and I never saw her again. Now, why do you think that is?
'Cause she's dead.
Dr. X got her knocked up. They covered it up and quietly got rid of her.
Yep.
Probably paid her
And
some
killed her.
money. I don't know how these things work, but it must have been enough to shut her up. I bet he'll be more careful now.
Oh, I'm sure.
But I can't really say a bad word about him, personally. Well, one thing. Maybe. Don't laugh, okay?
Okay.
He's got a weird smell.
Like blood and death?
What do you mean?
He smells funny. I don't know. Maybe it's just bad aftershave.
Or
Or
death
maybe it's something he eats.
and blood?
Oh,
Like human flesh
thanks
that he
for the
eats?
warning. I'll try not to get too close to him.
Now that I think about it, there's something else too. I'll tell you this, Susan. He starts talking to you, and you just open up and tell him everything. It's very odd.
And yet you're not
He don't
concerned.
exactly hide things from people, but he got some really private stuff out of me. Really private. You know what I mean? Things I wouldn't tell my mother about.
And-
we haven't even started those sessions yet.
That's a bad...
So be prepared for that.
So Liz is stupid and she's gonna die.
But it's a bit too late for me to hide how I feel now anyway. I think I made it very clear when I swallowed those pills.
Okay. Tell me something more about yourself.
Tell me something more about yourself.
That was not meant to be British accent, by the way. It was just
I'm
me
a
being
nobody.
silly.
I'm just a hard-working girl. We all have to pay our bills somehow.
You're not a nobody.
I rent a room not far from here. There are 2 other girls living in the house. One is an auxiliary nurse, like me. She's always sick. The other one is a stripper. At least I think so.
Or a murderer.
She's never home at night.
Maybe she works at night, like you.
Yeah, but I don't leave for work wearing red stockings and heels, do I?
No.
Maybe she's a
You're
seductive
a real
murderer.
nurse, not some man's fantasy of one.
I used to do all that for my boyfriend. You know, dress up as a sexy nurse and all.
Okay, this is a little...
I did it just once, really. He didn't like it that much. He didn't like me that much either.
Aw.
He broke up with me last Valentine's Day.
That's harsh.
He chose that one, eh? He never told me why, but I don't care anymore.
Huh.
Did you see this daughter of mine?
No, sorry, Susan. Apparently she came in the ambulance with you. But then she remembered something and had to go.
Did she
I
now?
think someone mentioned she went in quite a hurry.
Yeah.
Of course she did. She was worried I'd ask her what she was doing in my flat.
It was the old
In
lady.
your life?
Or stealing.
Do I really have to give her a benefit of the doubt just because of that?
One would assume so. That girl is a hero. Maybe real heroes always leave before their identity is revealed.
Or she was a burglar, attempting to steal from me.
Yeah, and yet had a conscience and tried to save a life.
Have you got anything very
Oops.
precious in your
My bad.
flat?
Her cats.
Maybe.
Now, I don't know why they let you ask this question again, whereas the other ones went away, so I'm going to ask again to see if it gives me new
Tell
information.
me more about this Dr. X.
His name is Xavier.
Oh, it's the same thing. Okay, I'm going to skip through all of this.
Well, now don't I better.
Okay, keep going.
What?
I'm not sure why they
Sure,
keep that one open. I'll ask this last question just so I can close off everything.
I was told you arrived at the hospital at 7 in the evening. You had a cardiac arrest in the ambulance. They had to
Ah.
resuscitate you. Your heart stopped beating for nearly a minute. But they
All that
managed
happened
to
in a
bring you
minute?
back. You went to the intensive care unit where they gave you a dose of antidote and pumped your stomach. As soon as your condition was stable, they brought you on this ward. It's called Dime Ward.
Dime ward.
I call it Die Ward because all the patients who come here.
That's
want
very
to die.
tactless.
It's a suicide watch unit. That's why it's so strict. You have to be careful. Nurses here are trigger happy with the sedatives.
Oh, good to know. Okay.
I'm tired.
Let me sleep now.
Fine. I'll see you again.
And I'll see you.
Careful who you trust here, Susan. They will be watching you.
How do I know you're not one of them?
You don't. But do I really look like a bad person to you?
I don't know. Maybe not.
I'll see you tonight.
That was a weird exchange.
Remember what I said. Dreams are just dreams. But when they turn into nightmares, it's good to have someone there to pinch your arm.
That last exchange there where they're warning her, that sounded out of character. Maybe Liz isn't who I think she is. Oh. Okay. I was getting ready to end the video, but
With a little chat about your child.
tell me about your childhood.
To be as honest as possible. It's important if we want to get to the bottom of your
Problem.
Count to 10 and tell me when you're ready, Susan.
Now you have the option to talk or wait. I don't know what waiting does. I'm just going to talk, I guess, to get through it. This next part is weird. I think you're choosing the history of your character, which is interesting. The only other game I've seen did something like that, where you chose the adventure. The story was home, which I haven't actually played all the way through yet.
This isn't all about whether you're nuts or not, like we said before. It's about finding what has caused how you're feeling now and creating a working solution.
Except I don't trust
In
you.
order to achieve that, I need to get to know you better. Can
Do
we
you
talk
now?
about your childhood first? Your parents. When you're a child, your life revolves around them. What was your father like? Did you have a good relationship with him?
I'm gonna say, because I feel like, okay, they've already made it obvious from our talk with Death, or whatever she is, that the thing that's causing her depression has happened in the last 4 years, I think, or maybe 5 years. I can't remember why I'm thinking that, but I'm pretty sure something she said, I'll go back through the footage and see, but something she said made it sound an awful lot like it was happening within the last 4 or 5 years. So I'm going to say that her issues, her depression, has nothing to do with her relationship with her father or mother. So I'm going to say that she had a good relationship with both of them.
Yeah, I had a great
Also adds
dad.
for a better story if it's not her parents, because that just sounds like a cheap
I
story.
have very fond memories of my father. He was always there for me, no matter what I did. He never got angry or upset. I suppose I never really gave him any reasons to be.
I was a
child.
good girl.
Not perfect, but then again, no one's perfect. Whatever made me try to kill myself, it definitely has nothing to do with him.
Where is he now?
He died 6 years ago. Cancer.
Do you miss him?
Of course I miss him.
Don't know what answer he
How
expected.
can you even ask me that?
It's my job to ask these questions, Susan. Let's talk about your mother now. What was she like?
Again, I'm going to go with,
Care
I'm
to tell me about her?
going to say she was good.
I can't complain. My mum was great. She brought me up well. Me and her, we were like best friends. Like soulmates. We did everything together. She passed away 7 years ago. When Dad first got diagnosed with cancer, it was too much for her.
So would that story have been different if I didn't say anything about the dad and therefore he didn't have the cancer?
Her heart gave up. She died quickly. My father kept fighting it. Another 8 months of illness and intensive chemo finally beat him, though. He thought he was unbeatable, but he wasn't.
Okay, I'm beginning to get a better picture.
Really?
That's enough about your parents for now. Let's take 2 minutes, and we will talk about something else.
So at this point, I'm actually in control. Oh, never mind.
I
No, I'm
need
not.
to get out of this place. I hate hospitals. Besides, I really want to go home and forget all about this.
Okay, so at this point I'm in control, and I've played through some of this and know at least the first step of what I'm supposed to do, but I haven't actually escaped. That's where I paused it, and then found out I didn't save. So we're getting close to where I haven't actually experienced any of this. I think I'm going to stop it here, because there's quite a bit you can do around here, and I don't actually know what time period I'm in, if I'm in the past, and I'm still coming up to my interview with him, or if this is the present now. When he said, we'll take 2 minutes and we can talk about something else, he sent me up to my room, and it was just a really long freaking 2 minutes. So, we'll see. We'll see what's happening. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, a like or subscribe would be super awesome. I'd really appreciate it. With that, I'm going to stop. You all have a great day. And I, Mr. BlubberButter, will see you later. Bye.